Hey guys, it's me again. Today I'm going to be telling you guys all about my ninth favorite manga, continuing the series that I started yesterday. And my ninth manga today is Made in Abyss. But before we get into this amazing series, I do want to let you guys know that I do still have that manga giveaway going on. So if you want to enter in that, basically whoever wins gets one manga of their choice from Amazon. So if you want to enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, go over to that video, I'll have it linked in the description, like that video, and then comment either an interesting video idea or an interesting question, as well as a unique number that no one else has picked yet. Now, the giveaway will be ending sometime next week, so make sure you go ahead and get entered in there. So, anyway, yes, Made in Abyss, my ninth favorite manga. This is actually one of my more recent manga. It was recommended to me by a subscriber and a friend by the name of Androidski. Androidski, thank you again for getting me into this series. And here's my brief summary of this series without getting into it too much because there's a lot more than what you first see. So basically, in this world, everything has been explored. The entire world. The oceans, the forests, most caves, all that stuff's been explored, except for the abyss in the name of the series. Now, this abyss, no one has been to the bottom of it and then lived to come back up and tell about it. And it's the one unexplored thing left in the world. So everyone obviously flocked to it because everyone wants to explore it and say that they've seen the last thing to be explored on the planet. So they eventually formed a city around it, and that's where our main character, well, one of our main characters lives. The girl right here is named Rico, and this guy right here, his name is Reg, and he's actually a robot, so that's cool. And their kids at an orphanage that trains the kids to be cave raiders, who are the people that explore the abyss. And Rico's mom is one of the greatest cave raiders of all time. The cave raiders are ranked based on colors of whistles and stuff. So her mom is a white whistle, which is the greatest you can get. They're pretty much like real life legends in here. So pretty much they're treated like gods almost. Like the white whistles are pretty cool. You don't want to mess with them. But her mom is one of the greatest ever, and her mom is thought to be dead. But one day she receives a letter from her mom, supposedly, and it says that she's waiting for her at the bottom of the abyss. So she sets out with Reg to meet her mom at the bottom of the abyss. And I said that people never get to the bottom and then live to tell about it. Well, there's a reason why. It's not very easy to get there. And so they learn that very quick. And the series starts out and at the beginning it's fairly lighthearted and happy, but this series very quickly gets very dark. Yeah, this is probably one of the darkest series I've read. This might be the goriest series I've ever read. If it's not, it's one of them. There is so much blood and stuff in this, and um, yeah. If you don't like gore, still I suggest reading this. Just beware. I'm not gonna say any spoilers. I'm not gonna say why you need to beware of this, but beware elevators. Yes. Anyone who's familiar with the series is just being reminded of horrible things right there. But yeah, the series does get very dark and gory, so if you want to check it out, do keep that in mind. If your stomach is not that strong, you might throw up a couple times, so just make sure that if you do, just make sure you don't get it on the manga, because then you can't read the rest of it, because you threw up on it. So, as long as you're smart about that, you can enjoy this series, no problem. And it does have an anime, but the anime barely goes into like the first couple volumes from what I understand, so the manga is way past the anime, and the manga is not stopping anytime soon either. I know Androidsky and I were talking, and he said that these are all the volumes that are out now, 1 through 6. 7 comes out soon, but he said online the manga is all the way up to volume 9 already. So eventually we will at least get actual books going up to volume 9, and hopefully we can go past that because this is an awesome series, and that would be really cool. And I mentioned Rico and Reg here are the two main characters, but there's a lot of other characters in here too that you meet eventually, and they're all great. All the characters in here are awesome. Um, And you know, the sad thing is, in one way or another, all the characters are very sad. Like everyone has something really depressing about them. So it's like you can't really just fully enjoy a character because you're like, oh, because you know in the back of your mind, oh, this character has been through this, or this is gonna happen to this character, or this character does this, and so yeah, they introduce these happy characters, but they still do a good job at maintaining that depressing vibe that Made in Abyss just does a very good job at having. And another thing I feel like I should mention is this series is very lewd. At times. Not always. It's not always lewd, but when it is, it's very lewd. So yeah, some of the stuff I wasn't too sure that they could even put in I saw stuff in here that I didn't know you could legally have in a manga. Like that's how much I was surprised by some of it. And that's not to say it's a bad series. It's it's lewd, yes, but in the context that it's given, it's not necessarily bad. So like they give it context. It's not like they're trying to make it sexual or anything. No, that's never the context. From what I remember, that's never the context. For the most part, it's not. So it's not like it's lewd in a sexual way. It just shows some stuff that if you're a parent getting this for your kid, maybe keep that in mind. Your kid's gonna see some stuff that maybe you don't want them to see yet. So yeah, but that is just an occasional thing. Although every time there's a new character, you'd better believe they're showing that character at the end of the book. Like every time I find a new character in here, I'm like, okay, I bet if I flip to the back of the book, I'm going to see some stuff, and sure enough, I'm almost always right. So, why they feel the need to do that, it doesn't move the plot along either in any way, it's just there to be there, like fan service almost. So why they feel the need to do that with these characters is beyond me, but, you know, I mean, I'll leave that to the mind of Akihito Tsukushi, because it says the story and art's by him, so I don't know, well, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but he or she is a bit of a perv, I can tell. And oh my gosh, yeah, I'm remembering more stuff now as I say this. But you know, I did mention that this series is very dark. Don't let that fool you, though. There are still happy moments in this. There are still times where you will be laughing at the characters because you know the characters are they're all pretty much around the age of 12, so they're not too experienced in life. So they do say and do some pretty stupid things at times that just makes you laugh at their ignorance to how life works. But you know, for the most part, you know, they do all right. They're still alive. Obviously, the series is on volume almost 7, so obviously they're doing something right if they've made it this far. But yeah, this series is really good. I definitely recommend it to anyone who likes dark manga, anyone who likes adventure manga, anyone who likes pretty much manga in general, I'd say. Again, just be wary of the fact that it is very gory and somewhat lewd at times. But other than that, I think if you're okay with that stuff, this series is totally great. You should check it out. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys next time.